Oh my gosh, I am so excited to be dressing up as a honeybee tonight. That's literally the coolest.
Fish are pretty cool too, though. I mean, seriously, think about those osmoconformers. They can just be so osmotic with their seawater. How cool is that?
You're so right. Our costume ideas are so good. But you know what? I think we should fully commit to our costumes this year. We should really act like our costumes, you know?
That's such a great idea. Too bad we don't really know that much about the behavior of honeybees and fish.
Don't fret, y'all. I know a ton about animal behavior.
Wow, please help us. We have a party in a few minutes, so we have to be fast.
No worries, we can just go through some major behaviors of fish and honeybees.
Well, let's start with me. Tell me about fish behavior.
Well, I think it's pretty important to know about this scientist named Nico Tinbergen. If you want to know more about fish behavior, have you heard of him before?
No.
In order to understand animal behavior in general, you have to be able to answer 4 questions. 1, what stimulus elicits the behavior and what physiological mechanisms mediate the response? 2, how does the animal experience during growth and development influence the response? 3, how does behavior aid survival and reproduction? And 4, what is the behavior's evolutionary adaptation? The first 2 of those questions are what we call proximate causation, which means that they ask about how a behavior occurs or is modified. The last 2 are about ultimate causation, meaning that they ask why a behavior occurs in the context of natural selection. So he did these experiments on fish.
Wait, I think I've actually heard of this experiment before. Well, Tinbergen put some 3-spined sticklebacks in a fish tank, and the male sticklebacks, who all have red bellies, attack other male sticklebacks with the red bellies. He noticed that when a red truck would go by the tank, the fish would act very aggressively, and this inspired him to test to see if the red color of an intruder's underside is the proximate cause of the attack behavior. He found that a male stickleback will not attack other fish lacking the red bellies, but will attack even if the source of red coloring is an unrealistic predator, like the case of the red truck. I forget what the name of this is called, though.
It's called a fixed action pattern, meaning a sequence of unlearned acts directly linked to a simple stimulus.
But I don't know if I want to get aggressive every time I see the color red. That might look a little weird.
Alright, well, moving on to the last important thing about fish is the importance of pheromones.
What are those?
Animals that communicate through odors or taste, like fish, emit a chemical called pheromones into their environment. For fish, this can happen when they get injured. The fish will release a chemical which induces a fright response in other fish. When the fish gets this response, they clump together and basically hide so they can avoid whatever caused the injury to the fish.
Oh, that's pretty cool. But I'm not really sure how I could do that. If I get into any trouble at the party, I guess I can just yell really loudly, and then you'll know that something is wrong and hide. That's sort of the same thing. Not exactly, though.
Yeah, that's okay. I guess you can skip that one too. So I was reading an article about fish, and it was saying something about this thing called mate choice copying. It basically said that in some female fish, when they are alone with only males, they will choose a certain look for their male partners, like bright coloration. But when they are in the presence of other female fish, they will just copy whatever the other female prefers. So if by some chance the female fish likes lighter colored fish, then she will copy that preference and like that same phenotype. Is that true?
Yep, that's right.
I don't think I should follow that trait either. I wouldn't want to be trying to socialize with the same exact people as you, just because of this mate choice copying thing.
Yeah, you're probably right. Well, we're running out of time, so let's talk about honeybee.
Honeybee behavior is just about the coolest thing. First of all, honeybees are very social, but I think it's important that you choose which kind of honeybee you want to be in the hive. Queen bee, worker bee, or drone.
Definitely the queen bee. I read that in the hive, the worker bees basically just take care of the queen bee, and that sounds pretty awesome.
That's right. I also think that the waggle dance is a really important.
I saw a video about this. It's just how the honeybees tell the other honeybees where our food source is. It looks like a figure 8, and the distance to the food is indicated by the number of abdominal waggles performed in the straight run part of the dance, and the direction is indicated by the angle of the straight run. It looked so crazy. Do you think you could do that and tell me where the food is at the party?
I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that in public. I might have to skip that one.
Well, I think some pretty good news for you is that honeybees are pretty smart. They have been known to be able to problem solve and learn through a maze that tested whatever they can distinguish, same from different in terms of color.
Well, I think it's time for us to go to the party. It doesn't really look like we'll be using many of these behaviors. Some of them are similar to humans, but most of them seem pretty specific to just the animal.
Well, of course. The behavior of animals has been developed over such a long period of time and is specific to the animals because of their adaptations to the environment. So it's natural that there are many distinctions, since honeybees and fish are pretty different from humans. But there are some things that humans have in common with other animals, like the circadian rhythm. or internal clock. Lots of animals have these, even if they don't function the exact same as humans.
Well, thanks for your help.